Welcome back, YouTube. This is G-Body Auto back at you with another video. Working on 2012 Kia Soul. And this one has that notorious steering wheel sound when you turn it. Hear that click? So we're gonna try to take care of that. Did one of these years ago on the Hyundai that I had. Sonata. I think that was a 2011. So that's been about 5 to 7 years ago. Excuse me. So here's the issue. I'm gonna take that out so you can see it. Here's the problem. Little rubber plastic bushing goes in between a spline up in the steering column, a little bit down there. So when this wears out, get chewed up, the metal is clicking to each other. So I never did one on the Soul. It's probably close to the same process. I don't remember the process really, but we're gonna work through it. Know we gotta take this dash apart at the bottom. Let's see. There you go. Got a couple Phillip heads, so we'll get those removed. Okay, we got those 2 screws moved. Let's just pull on out, just snatch it out. And there you have it. Click your screws there, put them to the side or whatever. And so you'll squeeze on these tabs to get this out. Just one tab on each side, and this right there. The other one on this side. So I'm gonna remove that. Let's see if I can set this up. Just do one side at a time, pop it out. All right, so I remember on the other one you had to take apart that so that whole column can drop down eventually. So I'm gonna get that removed. Those look like 10 mils. Yes, yep. 10 millimeter on those. Three of those. You got that. All right, what's next here? All right, now next we're gonna get these 2 screws here out. Little Phillips also. Turn it the other way. Get the other one. All right, then you'll, just snatch that down. There should be one at the bottom too, actually. There you go, one in there. So get that one out and then pull the plastic apart. So you just, put a piece of, or a flathead screwdriver in there, or a knife, just kind of pry it. We can get it open on both sides. And of course, take your key out because it'll be in the way. It's pretty much out now. And you probably gotta take that ring off. Sure that doesn't help. Ring, and then you gotta get over that keyhole. There you go. At the bottom half, I think you leave that top half on. You just pop it loose anyway. And then you can pull that lever to drop it down. This is the top part is kind of attached to the upper dash, so we'll leave that there for now then. Let's move on to the next thing, see what's next. I started filming. I started doing the parts before I started filming. Sorry about that. So you got a few that are clipped in up here, and you'll just, work them out. Each of those harnesses. Got one here. This other one was here. Just pushing the tabs. This one this yellow one, you kind of slide back like this, and then just pull it out. And this one, you gotta press down, so you get a flat head, press down on that. It's sitting in here like that. Press down on it and slide it back. And this one was up here, same way. Just press down, press it in, slide it back. This one, it's on the back side. It's on this side. Push it in, pull it back. And you can see that's on that right here to support that. And we'll also take this one out, push in, slide down. And I believe you take all these off too, this box here. So I believe you have to unbolt it to get it out the way. So just unplug, push in each one of those and pull. I might have to put this down. Someone could be a little resistant. Yeah, I might have to put these down, but each of those are should be a push-in tab for each of those. You can see at the bottom of this one, a gray one. So, and then these also. See if I can. Yeah, I might have to put this down. I think all of them except for this one right here. You see that blue? I had to pull that out with my finger, and then you press it in. Take it out. I still can't do it with holding the phone, but you have to slide that little blue out. It'll pull out with your finger, and then just push it in and slide the whole thing out. Yeah, that one was a tough one. So you probably have to use your flat head to press on some of those tabs and then pull out with your hand, because they were pretty tough on some of them. All right, let's see here. What's next? Okay, so this, I moved this out the way. It was clipped into the side. Let me get a light. It's clipped into one of these holes right here. So you want to pry that out, get a pair of needle nose, or if you got your pry tool, use that, and then just push it out the way. And you got a couple of 12mm bolts there. We'll take those off. Okay, I think, oh yeah, we got a couple more we need to unclip here too. So, can't really see that. Unclip both of those. Of course, that one slides down. That one stays in. I think this needs to come out too. So get your, these are a little bit more difficult because if you can see, oh, if I can get a good picture of it. On each side, you got these that actually, when you push through the hole, they grab the other side, locks it in there. So you almost need to push each side in. It's kind of hard to see. So you got to get a flathead or your trim tool maybe to get both sides of those. I mean, you could break it off, but you want to try to put that back, so kind of press on each side. I'm going to have to put this down to work with two hands. So, but that yellow part, that clear looking yellow on this side of it, you got to press them in and pull that whole thing out. All right, I was able to get it. I just got a long flathead and kind of went on this side of it and pulled towards me. It's two on this side, and you got to go on this side. So you see, I'll show you how it's made. So you got two sides to it, just like that. So you got to squeeze them in, and you can do one side at a time. All right, you got that harness right there. You got to get, so you squeeze that bottom tab. You can kind of see the bottom right there. Squeeze it and pull it out. Get that out the way. Okay, now that's moved. You might have to use a flathead on that one too, maybe. It's kind of difficult from the bottom. But there are your bolts there. one on each side, which those should be 12s also. So you see that one there, yeah, another one up there, and that should lower the steering wheel. Okay, so I'm gonna back up a little bit before I take those 12s out. I'm gonna take that 8 mil right there out. It's not really necessary, but I think it'll help just make it easier when it's time to do everything else. So I'll just take 8 mil on that. It does have a Phillips head on it too, but yeah, you can use that also, Phillips head. So get that. We're just hanging it out the way. And then, before we get to those 12s, there's another bolt that's kind of hidden, a 14. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, that one right there, 14. So you want to take that out. So we got that loose, so you can take that out with your hand, and then we'll move to the 12s. All right, so now we're moving on to the 12s. So you might want to leave one kind of loose so you can be ready to catch it, because this column is going to fall. So, you can see it's starting to move already. So I'm going to take this one out. And then you got that other one there. So anyway, so that one already is out. So I'm gonna put this other one, take this other one and get ready, because this column is gonna fall. So make sure you got one hand ready on it. All right, I'm gonna show you on the camera. I'll take that one out. And you see it falls down. So I'm gonna stop this and get this supported. You gotta have a T30 for these. And it should be 4 of them, I think, or 3 of them. So one back there, one here, one here. Take those 3 out. And then it should expose the part that's messed up. So let's see that. All right, so we got those 3 out. You see it's loose. We'll see what this looks like. And it'd be good to mark at least one of them so you know how it goes back in. You don't want to make a mistake doing that. It probably goes back in only one way, but who knows? Want to make sure. Here we go. Look at, you can see all the mess deteriorated. So there you have it. It should look like this, but it looks like that. So we're gonna clean up all that and put the new one in. If you got a vacuum, that'd probably be the best. You can move some of this with. All right, so there's a little bit of griminess still in there. I'm trying to get the rest of that out. It's sticky, that's the problem. But that's what it grinded down to right here. It's soft and squishy and all that nasty. You see how this one's not as flexible. I'm pressing on it hard, it's not even flexing, but this just done deal. So I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit more and then put that other one in there. Okay, so we put the new one in there. So it's ready to go. So remember to put that back in the same spot. As your mark. You might have to play with it a little bit. Wiggle it in place. All right, so we got those 3 back in place. See, I made my mark there, my screwdriver. So it's, you just gotta play around with it. Sometimes you gotta spin the thing on this side to make it match up, but you'll get it. So now we can button this thing back up. Okay guys, so you know you will have to muscle this thing up. So it takes some tweaking. The steering wheel wants to turn on you and all that, but just line it up and you'll get it up there. Remember, those are the 12s, and you just work backwards. 12s and then that 14, the other big 14 in the back on the side. I'll show you that in a second. So for that 14 in the back, you have to line it up where it'll go through the ear and through the steering column. So it'll go through this ear first. So you will have to move the steering column up and down so you can fit it in there. So you might make sure these 12s are loose enough so you can play around with it. Here's where I messed up. See that lip right there? It's supposed to go in this slot. So I'm about to take them 12s back up, and you push this in at the top first and then put your 12s in. So you have to play around with that to make sure that lock in the right way. All right, now you can see I got that in the right way. And that hole is lined up right there for your 14 bolt. So get that going in there. All right, you will have to wiggle that a little bit on the steering column, push it up a little bit to get it in that back hole right there. But it kind of sets in place. So just wiggle a little bit, then you'll be able to thread it in. Then you move on to your 12s. We'll go ahead and bolt them, that one and that one up. I'm kind of in a time crunch, y'all. I want to film all the putting it back together. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not, but I need to leave here in a minute, so I'm gonna try to film it all. If not, just work yourself backwards. You know, you got the 8mm that goes right there, and then you have, remember, this bracket that goes up. Maybe not quite yet. I know this bolts up also pretty soon. So let me try to work right quick and try to get on film also. So let me get your 8mm, get that on there, and bolt it back up there. Okay, so we got that one back up there, and moving on to the next, which should be, let's see here. I believe we need to bolt this back up and get this stuff plugged in. Okay, so yes, we're putting that back up there. The slide in has like a slot, those two slots right there, kind of at an angle. Those are 12mm also. So put those back, bolt them back up, and then we'll start plugging this stuff back up. All right, I got a lot of this plugged up. Once you got that bolted up, you start clipping them in really quick. They only go in one slot, so just press them all back in and kind of go from there. All right, guys, got everything clipped back in. These up here, there's that one that hangs and goes up here. Everything pretty much back for its wire harness and things like that plug in. So now you put your bracket back up. I think those are 12s too. You just put that back over here like that. Bolt those up. All right, got your 3 bolts there. Wrong size, right? Got a 10. That's what happens when you're working too fast and you're trying to get out of here and go home. You get interruptions and help people out. It's all right though. Pretty much done. So there we go. We put the bottom piece on next. So you just kind of work it around, you know, make sure you get it, when you get over the keyhole spot. See, it's pretty much coming together there. Same thing for this side. I press it, kind of clips together. And then once you got that all pressed together, don't forget that goes around that ring hole. Then you got your 3 screws, one at the bottom. You can find it, there you go. And then those 2, we have to turn the steering wheel for those. Little tip for everybody. I had to take this back off. Excuse the horn. Had to take this back off. It's easier to put this on while it's completely off in your lap sitting, because you will have a hard time pushing that back in. Okay, so you got your, let's get that screw there, and the screw up under there, right? All right, then you're ready for your last piece. Kind of just snaps in place. And then you put your last 2 screws right there. All right, and don't forget to plug back in your OBD from the back side. So we're all ready to go. Plug up your battery. I forgot to say at the beginning of the video to disconnect your battery. Be a good idea. That back. Let's see how it sounds. No clicking. We are good to go. So there he is. Another one from G Body Auto, 2012 Kia Soul. It goes for the Hyundais also, Sonatas, and the Kia Optima. So that'll fix your problem. You can order those things on Amazon. A pack of 10, probably $8, but it'll probably take you an hour, hour and a half to get that done. So another one from G-Body Auto. Save yourself some time, save yourself some money, do it yourself, and thank you for watching. See you next time.